Hi, everybody. Sending everyone who's tuning in, whenever this is, wherever you are, sending you love and light. I love to start my readings with a moment of silence, just centering myself, getting ready to read for you guys. Today, I'm so excited for this reading. We are going to be looking at what is next for you in your career. And so I have my beautiful collection of seashells, and we have this abalone, very beautiful. This is pile one, abalone. And then we have, I'm not quite sure what this is, but I think this was like a shell that a pearl was formed in. It's got these like neat little gnarly other shells on the outside. So this is pile two. If you have the pearly shell. And then I actually picked this up in Maine in a beach town called Ogunquit. Very cool little curio I got. And this is pile three. So take a moment to connect with each pile and see which one you feel drawn to. Okay, and we're going to get started with pile one. So y'all, I pre-shuffle because personally, I don't know. I like to get to the point, you know? I know maybe some of y'all like to watch people shuffle on screen, but I don't have the patience for that. And I don't know. I don't want to like feel like I have to fill the silence. I'm not really into this whole like ASMR thing. So, pile one, I pulled an oracle card to sort of set the theme for the reading for each person. And pile one, you got the Rainmaker. And I'm going to read to you what the little booklet, little guidebook for this says. And I love this deck. It is just so fucking exquisite. Oh, I'm sorry I cursed. But look at the detail. It's just so vibrant. So for Rainmaker, let's set this here so you can good look at it. We're gonna look at what Rainmaker means. The Rainmaker is the master of manifestation. Okay, pile one, you guys are masters who can call on the elements of nature to serve the greater good. When the power to co-create is used with integrity, great beauty, and benefit flow to all. When this power is used for personal gain only, everyone suffers. When the earth is parched, the Rainmaker calls the waters from the heavens, and all that is dormant in the field and in the people's hearts springs to life again. So the invitation is to create something new from the elements that are already in your life. Be sure you work with what is and not with might be or could have been. The seeds that have been slightly germinating in your heart will burst forth ready for the sunlight. Do not hold back. Put all your chips on the next roll of the divine dice. So, like pile one, I'm seeing obviously immediately it's saying that you guys are like masters of manifestation. So, for whatever reason, maybe you've been sitting there, contemplating what isn't instead of what is. And you're being called to really take a look at what's your reality. Instead of wishing that this or that was different, you're being told that like you have the skills. This is alchemical energy. Like you like pile one, maybe you're the type of person who has like basic things in the cupboard, but you make magic with it. This like I always like marvel at cooking shows when you see people with these like basic ingredients and maybe I would have made an average meal or like slightly above average, but they make art with it, right? And and it's saying you need to trust your ability to do that. You have everything you need. You are co-creating with the universe. So nothing is like, stop thinking of life as something that is happening to you. You are happening to it. So, Palawan, let's take a look at your tarot cards. So I love this deck. This is my Sakara deck. It's Egyptian. So let's see. So we have in this deck, the page is the princess. So I'm here for this divine feminine energy. So the Princess of Swords. So pile one, it looks like you need to start speaking up, right? Like maybe you have trouble speaking up for yourself, and it's saying it's time. It's time for you to say what you want, what you need. Don't be afraid. Okay? That one, so we got the Rainmaker, the Princess of Swords. Okay. So you guys have been going through it emotionally because we have the Five of Cups here. So I'm seeing that you've been going through a very tough time. Maybe, yeah. So it's looking like you have been feeling very discouraged. This is definitely you feeling like impotent. You're feeling like the opposite of what you are. It's literally saying you've been in this energy of like, I don't have power, I don't have control, like bad things just happen to me, like, like I don't have blessing. No. It's literally saying the opposite is true. Like you actually have the power, the ability, the tools, everything to make what you want happen. But you're over here in this headspace of lack, of not being able to. Yeah, and so I'm definitely seeing this like you need to get to work, okay? Got my little Eight of Cups card. This is just like put pedal to the metal, get on your grind. Like Palawan, I'm getting the sense that you kind of like you know what you want. You're not at this little phase in your life where you're contemplating, you're not sure. I think you know what you want. You just don't think it's possible. And then Queen of Swords. So yeah, it's saying like, look, there's going to be a progression here. You need to start with the Princess of Swords. Start by saying what you want. Just say it. Just speak it. Speak it into existence, okay? Intentions are powerful. Words are powerful. Obviously, you need to back it up with action. But like first, you need to believe it's possible, okay? And you're gonna make a splash if you do this, okay? You are the Rainmaker. Do not forget that. And then we have, yeah, this is all like about action and communicating and just really like you pile one, the biggest message I'm seeing here, like aside from you being, like confident in your ability to co-create with the universe, is communicate, like speak up, like take action, like back up, like it's like, how some people will be like, oh, actions speak louder than words. No, they both count. So you're being called to put your all into this thing that you want, into like, I don't know if it's a job, I don't know if it's a new business, but just put the work in and state what you want. State it to yourself. Like when you wake up, set your goal for the day. Sometimes we have like a larger end goal and we forget to break it up into, sort of like small, like piecemeal, right? Like just into smaller edible daily pieces, right? So like take small steps. So break it down. Like just be, okay, I want to do this thing. This is my long-term goal. Instead of getting overwhelmed with that pile one, Start with what you can do, like a short-term goal that will get you to your long-term goal, and just get that momentum going. That's what you need to remember your true nature. Okay. All right. So pile one, we're going to take a look at, we're going to close out with taking a look at our Starseed Oracle cards, and you have the Messenger. So yeah, see what I'm saying, you guys? Like, by the way, I did not look at these cards before. The only ones I looked at were these because I just wanted to have like the whole vibe. But I have not looked at the Starseed. So it is saying a messenger. So what's that like? Yeah, communicate. Say what you want. Like, and that is going to bring you into harmony and balance. Okay? Because ask and you shall receive. People aren't going to know what you want if you aren't asking them. They're not mind readers like the universe knows, but we're all extensions of the universe. And even though we might be a little claircognizant, a little psychic, like we still need to hear the words, okay, baby? Like it is imperative that you do that. All right, fall into my arms. Surrender, holding the opposite extremes of life. So yeah, it's saying like you need to let go a little. Like it's and when I'm saying let go, I don't mean don't speak up. I don't mean don't take action, but like let go of this feeling that you need to control everything. Surrender, okay? Like there is a path and a way for you to get to the place you're meant to go to. Like when you wake up in the morning, you wake up alive. You wake up breathing. You wake up with your heart beating and functioning. You don't make that happen, right? Like something somewhere makes that happen, and you surrender to that like reality. So the same way that happens for you constantly, let the universe work for you. Like you don't have to have every detail down. You just do your part. You do your part and you surrender the rest, and watch miracles happen for you, pile one. Okay, and now we're going to end off with our last oracle card, which is Star Bathing, Light Body, Crystal Grid, Transmission, Activation. I'm actually going to read this one for y'all because I'm feeling called to read it. Let me look it up. Ooh, I want to go star bathing. All right. The stars are constantly showering emanations onto the crystalline grid of the earth. When things are in the balance, the planet also sends information back up to the stars. Many starseeds have come to earth at this time to help shift the planet vibrationally, to activate the ancient codes of wisdom that humanity has forgotten. If you pull this card, you may be called to begin working with the stars in the crystalline grid of the earth. So you know what? Like, honestly, pile one, if you, like, I'm just feeling like you guys are so special. Like, you are star seeds, okay? Like, you are the rainmaker. Like, you are not the average person. You are someone who is alchemical. You make things happen, and you've lost touch with that. And or maybe you haven't come into that energy yet. And it's time. It's time. You're being called to do that and to step into alignment with your higher purpose, because you have a higher purpose, pile one. Maybe you're at like, I mean, it's a pandemic right now, so I don't know when you're watching this, where you're watching this. So maybe you're not going into the office or a cubicle, but whatever your version of that is, something that you're doing is not like, it is not making your soul sing. And you need that, pile one. Like that is it. It's vital to all of us, but it is especially vital to someone with the starseed rainmaker energy. Okay, you're gonna wither. There's different plants, right? Some plants need sun, some plants too much sun, and you are not in the climate that is best suited to you right now, and you know what it is. You're afraid because maybe everyone around you isn't the same kind of plant that you are, and they need like less sunlight, but step into the light, okay? Step into it. You need this. Bathe yourself in the stars. All right, pile one, it has been a pleasure to read for you today. I truly hope that this has been illuminating, that it has been helpful, that it has been uplifting. And I would love it if you would subscribe to my channel. I'm going to put in the description box. I'm not going to go on and on with the plug, okay? Just you want a private reading, I'm going to include my email below. And if y'all would like to contribute to the channel, always welcome to do that. And yeah, it was a pleasure. I'm going to move on now to pile 2. So pile 2, I love this. I don't know, like I think it's the little pearl that gets me. So we're going to place this up here. Okay. And we are going to begin with our shamanic oracle card. I love this. So this is our like the overarching energy for this pile, the serpent. So I'm going to read that for us, okay? We're going to take a look at the serpent. If it would obey me. Beautiful. Sorry. My throat gets a little parched in between readings. So, okay, 46. So 46 might mean something, you guys. And if we add that, 4 and 6 is 10, 1 and 0 is 1. So I'm seeing like a whole energy, a oneness. Very interesting, pile 2. Okay. And we are looking at what is next in your career. Like, what do you need to do? All right, the serpent is the life force of Mother Earth. What did I say? Oneness, right? Okay. The coiled serpent of the Kundalini brings passion, healing, and renewal. She offers us the fruit of the tree of knowledge in the Garden of Eden and reminds us to shed the past the way she sheds her tired old skin. Serpent comes to offer you the forbidden fruit that will set your passion and creativity free. So listen, it's time. I don't know where you're at in your life right now, but the phase you're in is over, okay? And I don't know, this is a general reading. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. But if some of you may have already gone through a shedding of the past, it may even have felt quite violent, but it's saying you need to complete that process. And I mean, when you shed your skin, right, what does a serpent do? It slithers out of the old skin. I'm actually getting the sense that some of you may be a little bit like stuck, a little frozen in that phase. And you're being called to shed that skin gracefully. Just accept it. Accept that life constantly changes. We struggle with that as humans. And some of us more than most, but you're being called to trust and just slither out of that skin. It's old, it's dead. You have a new skin. You're gonna be okay. You're not walking around skinless. You're not a naked cat, or a naked mole rat. I don't know. Naked animals freak me out. I'm so sorry if like y'all like them. They really freak me out. Like I cannot. Too pink. It's just looks like someone, I don't know, scrub them raw or something. Like, I'm going on a tangent, so I'm gonna stop. There's gonna be people like don't hate on the naked animals, but I don't hate them, okay? I don't want to look at them. And sorry if that hurts your feelings, but I gotta keep it 100. Okay. So what I'm seeing here, we're starting with our tarot. You got the moon. So right away, I'm just getting the sense that there's either something you don't know about this situation or there's a lie that you're telling yourself or your emotions that you're hiding from yourself around your career. You're keeping yourself in the dark. So it just looks like, yeah, like same as my metaphor with you, like slithering out of the old skin. Step into the light, okay? Like this is very similar. If you're feeling called to watch pile 2, there is a little bit of a similar energy here where it's like you gotta just keep it pushing, okay? Like, it's time. This is a no. The Princess of Wands is the Page of Wands. So yeah, you're being called to just like step in to this period of manifesting something new for yourself. And you need to believe that this is possible for you. For a lot of you, I'm seeing this being actually kind of new energy. And I'm not saying that like you don't know how to manifest, but like I think whatever this phase you're entering into, it's very different from other phases in your life. And, to be frank, it may even be like, okay, you went through this one phase in your life and you learned this one thing, and then you kept going, and then you learned another thing. And now it's almost like this is like a culmination. This is like a climactic point in your life where you're gonna have to kind of like apply all of these skills that you've learned. So it's almost like y'all were in boot camp and you took a lot of classes, and those classes were all your phases, but now you're being released, okay? Like you're out of boot camp and you're about to go into the real world and and battle it out for yourself, for your life. You have to go out and forge that life. And I love this because I just pulled the life force. Yeah, so like, you guys, you gotta live. You gotta be fearless and like, and okay, I know this all sounds like so abstract, but I'm sorry because I know that everyone has a different job situation, but it is just saying, it is actually not like, I feel like my last pile, they really like already sort of had something in mind for what they wanted to do with their life. But this pile, I'm not necessarily feeling that. I think actually you're stepping into the great unknown to some degree. That is like that's the energy I'm getting. The last two piles, one of them was like for sure knew like where they were going, what they wanted to do. But this pile, I don't sense that as much. I think you're feeling it out. And everyone's journey is different. Every phase is different. But yeah, this is going to be a new emotional beginning for you guys, okay? New emotional beginning after like a rough time. Yeah. You guys have been through some shit. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised, like with the devil card, either, I don't know if someone was like hating on you at work, or, it's just bad energy. I'm seeing bad energy here. And it may not even be at work. It may be like just like something really bad happening in your personal life, and that's just spilling over to other aspects of your life. So, and it doesn't even mean like, I mean, you know what? Maybe you were unprofessional at work, but it just might be affecting your overall like ability to be. I'm actually getting the sense of like maybe you're struggling to be present at work. You're struggling to focus because like shit has gone down and it's been really, really hard. And while it has sparked this transformation and the shedding of the skin, because you have had to learn so much, and maybe for like, I am actually getting the sense of for a lot of you in a short period of time, it might have been like tragedy, like struck back to back to back, and you were just like, holy, I was about to say like that word, but like, okay, holy, like cannoli, when is this gonna end? Like, when is this gonna get better? Like, you were drowning in it. And it is saying, okay, it's done. And I think you're still reeling. Pile 2. I think you... Wow, okay, I just realized you're pile 2, and I was talking like I had read 2 piles prior to this, and I think it just felt that way. So yes, pile 1 definitely knows what they you see, when I start reading a pile, I'm like 100% with y'all, and I forget about everyone else, okay? But yeah, so it's a new beginning. All right, so we're gonna close this reading out by taking a look at some oracle cards, our starseed oracle, and this is just gonna be your like final messages and advice. So we got forge, don't follow. See, I told you, you are paving a new path. You are just you're going out into the unknown. Okay, this is unknown territory, and you just gotta make your way, and that's scary. That's scary, but you've got this. Okay, you were made for this. And then we have deep cellular healing. Yeah, okay. See, yeah, I feel that. You guys have been through something, most of you, like, it has been, like, it has changed you on almost a cellular level. Like, it has been one of those things that, I don't want to say, like, it marks you, but, like, yeah, like, you've transformed. Like, you're a different person, you know. I think, I almost think of it, not in a bad way, just kind of like, you know, how maybe, like, your 30-year-old self looks at like your 5-year-old self, and you're just like, oh baby, like, you were so innocent, and there's so many things I would want to tell you and prepare you for and hug you. And it almost feels like you went through like one of those like massive shifts like that, even though it might have been like a year or 6 months, it's almost like you're like looking at your old self and you're like, wow, I have changed. You know, like I have really learned some deep lessons, and it has been rough. Like, you know, to some degree, you may even feel like you've lost some of your innocence or your hope, and you need to heal that. Okay, like, there are a lot of dark things. I'm not, you know, the world can be a cold place, but there's always a yin and a yang. Okay, so like, for all of the very bad things, the cold things, the dark things, there are very good things, there are light things. Like, you are not alone. Okay, you made it through this, and now there's a new dawn. You have a new phase coming in. Okay, just embrace it, pal. Too, like, keep going. There you go. Loosen your grip. What did I say? Embrace it. So, like, some of you may have been clinging to some not so healthy coping mechanisms, and no judgment, pile too, because sometimes you're just trying to make it through the day, the moment, right? You're just trying to get through life, and as long as you're battling it out, that's what matters. But let go a little and trust. Okay, there you go. Like, let God in. Yeah, trust that something bigger than you has your back. Okay, don't like turn to like addiction or like a crutch like too heavily. Okay, I'm not saying don't have a drink here or there, or like, you know, have a moment with your friends or cry it out. No, do what you need to do, but don't let it stop you from moving forward. Okay, you take your moment. If you need to cry, you take your moment and you cry. You be sad, but you get your shit done. You handle your shit. Okay, pile two. That was your reading. I hope that that was helpful for you. If you know, also a reminder, like, if this did not resonate for you, maybe this was not your pile. If it did, please comment, share, subscribe. I would love to hear it. I'm going to put my link in the description box below. And I'm offering private readings, as well as I'm going to include my Cash App there for donations. And if you all have any like requests for future readings, I would love to hear them. Okay. Goodbye, pile two. And now we're moving on to pile three. Look at that. Look at that. I'm doing a little showroom swirl because I love this spiral. Y'all know the spiral is actually sacred. And it is a sacred shape that we find all across nature. So contemplate that. I'm being extra, you guys. Okay. So, pile 3, my last pile of the day. We are looking at what is next in your career? Like what do you need to know? What's going on here? Wind is the overarching energy of this pile. Wind. Okay, you guys. I'm going to read to you what wind means. Isn't that beautiful? Look at her. She's so ethereal. I love it. Okay. The symbol of the wind represents the element of air. So you guys might be an air sign. It rules communication, thought, song, and inspired ideas. It also signifies change with qualities both positive and negative. The wind blows from each of the 4 directions, and there are different qualities bestowed by each. Whichever way the wind is blowing for you, the message which the wind whispers or shouts is a challenge. It may take courage at first to turn and face the wind, but you will find exultation in moving toward it and receiving its lessons. So this is a sign of change, you guys. And it's saying that, like, you may need to change your mind about something. So maybe this is interesting, okay? Because our first pile, they knew what they needed to do. They just weren't doing it yet. They're gonna get there, okay? And our last pile, they had no idea what they needed to do. But you have an idea of what you want, and it's saying that you guys might need to shift something. Like, you may think you need to go in a certain direction, and it's a no. It's just a no. It's not the best thing for you. You can do it. You're a free agent, but you may be blocked. Or you may go down that path and find something that you didn't, that's not the best thing. Or, it may not end where you think it ends. But it's saying that, like, you're almost like stuck in a rut. Or, you know what I'm so sorry, Pile 3. I just got to say, I'm getting the sense that, like, a lot of you might be a little bit rigid. So, maybe you're just stubborn, or when you get something in your head, or maybe sometimes it's hard for you to see things from a different perspective. But whatever it is, whether it's because that's just your mode of operandus, or like it's just hard for you to, like, step out of your comfort zone once you found it, it is time for you to do something different. And, like, it could also just be that the path you're going down, like, maybe what you want is actually good. Maybe the job you want is good. Maybe the business you want to start is good. But maybe the way you're going about it is not. But something needs to change. So whether it's the way you're going about it or what you're doing, in its essence, you really need to stop and assess. Okay? So I also get the sense that, what, I really am leaning a little towards, like, you might actually have, like, good ideas. So maybe this idea is great, like I said, and you're just not going about it that way. Or maybe there are other ideas you have that you aren't giving the time of day, and you need to do that. And, it's different for all of you. It's a little bit harder when it's a general reading to give you guys the specificity you want. So I am doing private readings, and I'm not going to give a long plug, so link and information is in the description box. Y'all can email me. And the shift you need to make it's not even just for you, like, I'm getting the sense that, like, you're a boss, Pile 3. So, like, the things you do don't just impact you. So the way you choose to go about this, it isn't just going to impact you. It's going to impact all the people around you. And it's going to be for everybody's highest good, okay? It's going to be for yours, for theirs, everybody. And you know what I'm sensing is like maybe for a lot of you, that might be what's holding you back because you feel this like weight of responsibility for other people and you don't want to take that risky route because sometimes it's like different to like take a risk and you're just like, okay, well, this is just like, if I fail, I fail. If I fuck up, I fuck up, and it is what it is. But like, for example, say when you have a family, like whether it's your immediate family or your soul tribe or like your coworkers that you're taking care of, then you're like, okay, well, if I mess up, then like it's gonna impact these people as well, right? And that can hold you back. And while I do think it's beautiful that you are, caring on that level and you're just not thinking about yourself, pile three, you also have to trust, okay? You have to leave a little space for magic, for wonder, for things to go to work for you. It's like plant a seed, let it grow. Don't unearth it. Like and inspect it. You gotta give it time. So there are some calculated risks that you are being called to make. And I think they will go well for you, pal 3. Okay, pal 3, we're gonna get into your reading. We're gonna look at the tarot section of this. Okay. So, yeah, the Ace of Wands. So, yep, there you go. Fully like, this is a new beginning, and you manifesting something new. Completely new, okay? Something really needs to change here. And I'm not reading reversals, so we got the 3 of Pentacles. Okay, and let's see, and then the 6 of Wands. Three of Pentacles, 6 of Wands. Okay. You guys. Very interesting. Okay, I'm getting the sense you are very good at whatever it is that you do. Like whatever your skill is, whatever it is that you're doing in a professional capacity, or maybe it's something you're very good at that you aren't doing in a professional capacity that you should be doing. It's my 6 of Wands. That's the sense I'm getting for that. And for my 3 of Pentacles, it's just, yeah, I'm getting the same. I think these two for me go hand in hand. Like you might even be renowned for something, okay? And if you're not renowned right now, you definitely will be. You can be. Okay, for some of you, okay, I'm getting two separate groups. Okay, some of you, for this skill, you might be drawn towards it. You might like have this feeling you're good at it. That might be the risk, okay? And you need to go through a period of learning, like an apprenticeship period, like master this. Some of you are already masters and you're just like not really applying it, or you're just going about it like in a risk-free way, but you need to infuse some creativity, some change, something. Okay, so some of you, like for both groups, you need to apply yourself and dedicate yourself to developing this. Okay, but for both groups, I see a lot of potential here for being like, for doing well, for creating something very solid, and for like just having a reputation in whatever field, profession it is, whether you're like an interior designer and it's just like, you're like, well, yeah, I have like a great eye for color and, I like to make mood boards and, I've decorated this and that here. Like, and like, it's like, well, make these elements come together, okay? Like start doing something differently. And then we have the 3 of Wands and the 2 of Cups. So 3 of Wands. Yeah, I just see like, listen, yeah, I just see so much success here. I see like once you do this and you are on your way, like and I actually, for like quite a bit of you, there may be a collaboration here that would really be helpful, like for you. And this, you're just gonna enter this period of prosperity. You're going to be so at one with yourself. And like, yeah, if you guys are contemplating a partnership right now with somebody, whether it's like a different, like, I don't know, like a firm. So like maybe one of you's like a pastry chef and the other one's like a chef, and together you make these like beautiful meals. Yeah, like there's just so many ways this could be applied, but I'm definitely like, if some of you are a little wary, hesitant, I was switching that up. Like for there's a group of you like that would benefit from a partnership. All right, so we're gonna close this out by looking at our Starseed Oracle cards. And you have Jump In. Okay, okay. I mean, this is pretty clear. Like, I'm not really going to get into that because it's kind of obvious that they're saying, jump the fuck in, okay? This is that bull energy. Get in there. All right. I have to stop cursing. Like, I'm going to get banned. It's like, you just started. You're going to get banned. Oh, well. Here we are, living wild. Surrender to the sweetness. Enjoy this. Like, I really think a lot of you are creatives. I'm getting that energy. So like, whatever it is you do, you love it. And if you're not doing something you love, that's a change you need to make. Surrender to the sweetness of it, okay? It should feel like you're making love to life. When you really love what you're doing, you experience flow. And that's what that, you see this? Look at how beautiful that is. It's paradisical. It's like utopic. All right, guys. So we the Hathors. I'm going to read this one. And for me, this is about you coming back into union with yourself. And like who... Okay. Birth is a portal that ushers in new life. The Hathors are here to remind you that you're a child of the cosmic mother and you're being called to be held by her deep, never-ending love and embrace. This is a tender, nourishing card, reminding you to receive the deep, deep love of the mother's embrace. The Hathors know that the journey on earth can be rocky and lonely at times, but you're being reminded to rest more deeply in the mother's arms. This is a card of extreme potency, of femininity, of creation, and of birth. You're being called to mother yourself and others too. Yeah, you see that? Like pile 3, I'm getting the energy that a lot of you take care of somebody else. To surrender to your sacred femininity. And, whether, it doesn't matter how you identify, we all have feminine and masculine energy inside of us, okay? To create and surrender to your own creations. To hold and be held. You're being called to remember your place in the web of life and to realize that the cosmic mother is watching you every step of the way. And let me just tell y'all, like, I know for like creatives, I love that line, to create and surrender to your creations, because, as much as we make something, things are made through us. We're also conduits, we're instruments. And sometimes you have to let go and allow yourself to be used. Like, I don't know, like, I know some of y'all might be musicians, you might be artists, but some very often, especially like I'm gonna talk from like a 3D art perspective, you start making one thing, you have your vision, but it takes twists and turns. It takes a life of its own. You might infuse it with that energy. It's like when you make a baby, you're not like, to some degree, you're a vessel, right? You're growing it inside of you, but in a way you don't know how you're growing it, right? There is like an innate instinct, right? Or like the universe is doing something through you. Spirit is growing something inside of you. So Oh, I love this. Okay, so it's saying you may be going through a transition right now, moving from one way of being to another. If so, you're being reminded that you're cradled in a sacred container, that you're more held than you can possibly imagine. Okay, you guys, you are more held than you can possibly imagine. That means you're good no matter what. You're good, okay? And I think you guys take care, like honestly, I'm getting this energy like you guys take care of so many people and you forget to take care of yourself. And you forget that you're taken care of. And Spirit wants you to know that you are taken care of, okay? You have access to more love than your heart can bear, okay? You need to step into this energy of abundance, okay? Because it's waiting for you. It's right there. Be a conduit of abundance. If you're struggling in any way, you're being reassured that things will work out. Open yourself to receive the overflowing love of the cosmic mother, flooding toward you from every direction. Let it stretch your heart. Okay, pile 3. It has been an absolute pleasure to read for you today. I love you all. I hope that this has been uplifting, and I hope that you receive the messages you need to receive. If this did not resonate for you, maybe this was not your pile. I am going to include a link to, well, no, my email address in the description box below if you guys want to email me for a private reading, and my Cash App down there if you would like to donate to the channel. Okay, y'all. Bye.